my name is Chef Cynthia Malik and I am going to show you how to shallow poach. The first step is to fabricate your fish. A lot of times we are using a very thin fish, and so what we will do is take them and roll them into little pieces called papayotes. Then we will season our fish lightly with salt and pepper on both sides. In a buttered pan, we will sprinkle chopped shallot and chopped garlic. Then we will place our fish in the pan. We will now add hot court bouillon to the pan, and then we will bring this to a simmer, covered, and allow the fish to poach. We only need enough broth in the pan just to kind of coat the bottom. Again, this cooking method does not take very long, so make sure you keep an eye on your fish. And the smaller the fish, the less cooking time. Now that our fish is done, we will remove it from the broth and set it aside and keep it warm for service. We will turn the broth up and let this wine and court bouillon reduce. Now that our fish has been cooked in this liquid, it is called the cuisson. We will use it for our sauce. Okay, now that my cuisson has reduced quite a bit, I'm going to add some citrus juice. It just so happens to be that blood oranges are in season, so I'm going to add blood orange juice to this and let it reduce a little bit. If blood oranges are out of season, you may use a little bit of lime and lemon and orange. Any combination of those three. So a little cheat to a sauce like this would be to add a touch of heavy cream. I don't want a lot of heavy cream in here because I don't want it to dilute the color. Just a little bit, and it kind of helps stabilize the sauce. So it's not necessary, but if you want to make sure that your sauce doesn't break before it gets to the table, you can add just a little bit. But again, we want to make sure that, especially with the blood orange, that we keep the color there. We're going to go ahead and reduce the cream a little bit also. Now that my cream has reduced, I'm going to start adding cold butter and make an emulsion as I do so. You don't want your pan too hot, but you want it hot enough to melt the butter. If you need to remove it from the heat, that's fine. Just make sure, again, that it's not too hot, but if it's not hot at all, the butter's not going to melt. Now that my sauce has a nice balance between butter and acidity, I'm going to go ahead and strain it. And our final plate presentation, we have cauliflower polonaise, sauteed broccolini. We have fish poached two ways, shallow poach and deep poach, with a blood orange beurre blanc. Bon appetit!